So first off, why did you build this thing?
Well, I built it because the company that I worked for had a project of launching 2-liter bottles with the compressed air and some with water in them. And they used a amateur type of launcher. You had to get down on the ground with your knees and load the bottle on this launcher. And you had to get up off of it and pull a string to launch it with. Well, when you use water on it, that ground got wet, your knees got wet, and everything got wet. So I decided I'm not going to have this anymore. I'm going to build a launcher that's up on a stand. So when I first built it, I built it out kind of a box and put the launcher on a box. That helped out some, but the box was too awkward and heavy, so then I came up with this method. Now this launching mechanism pulls loose from the stand. You can store it. The base is made out of PVC joints. This in here is made so that it will not come apart because there is a bolt linking together. All it does is it twists back and forth. That's just in case if you adjust for wind or direction you want the bottle to launch. When I first built this thing, I built it out of wood, out of oak. So that by the first 2 or 3 times the water got on this oak and expanded and everything froze it up. I thought, well, that's a first failure.
Yeah. Whoa!
The next thing I did, I built it out of a piece of plastic. I designed it so that this is how it works. These arms on here pivot on some pins goes through here, and it holds the locking mechanism, slide, as you put together. Now the bottle is locked on there and it can't get off. And you pump it up with air. Now we have on this side here our air supply mechanism. We have a regular air valve. Normally use a tire pump unless you're going through a large group. Then we have an air supply, a compressor or a compressed air tank. But when you go to small groups, they use tire pumps. Most tire pumps have gauges on them and you pump them up until you get tired, or 65 to 70 pounds of normal pressure. Or you can go up to around 120 pounds before things will start going bad on you. And the bottle gets too warm from the pressure in the air causing heat. This is a bicycle brake cable with a 16th cable inside and a housing. They call it the shield. And it has a spring on here that I use to keep it from getting kinked. This method here does not rely on the air pressure in the bottle to release it. This in here, you pump it in there and the air pressure does not release the bottle. You can go as much air as you want to go in it. Then when you get to the required amount, this is what will release it. The air pressure does not push it off. When they want to launch it, they stand back and pull this. These arms release and this thing blasts off from here.
You're the trigger man.
Load that up and just tell me when to shoot. Ready?
Alright.
On the sealing mechanism, we have a rubber O-ring. This diameter just made so that it fits inside of the mouth of the bottle. And it seals on here, and you close it in, open the valve up, open the valve up, and when it gets full, close the valve up, now it's ready to launch. Okay, the fins, right now we use, this is 1/4 inch foam poster board. They're about 9 inches long and 3 inches wide here. Then they cut a straight line from corner to corner. These can vary any way you want to cut them, which will reflect the trajectory. Yeah, this mechanism here is just a new thought. I haven't got it perfected yet. But you put that on there and then you put this locates the bottle in the proper place. I might say that it's quite important to have this fins on here accurately. In other words, if you're going to use 3 fins, they got to be 120 degrees apart. If you're going to use 4 fins, they got to be 90 degrees apart. If they're too high, then you lose the effectiveness of the fin. If they're too long, then they don't work. So what I have here is most cases probably the optimum positioning of the fins. Right now, this one here uses a gray duct tape. Previously we've used masking tape. We've also used clear plastic packaging tape. What else?
Just gotta go launch it.
Gotta go launch it, ready to launch it. Okay.
Alright, so we can start off the launch with it going straight up in the air. Got a leak. Ooh.
Damaged.
Whoa! No, you have to. All right, go! Woo!